Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 106 of this Let's Play Crusader Kings II. This is the March of the Vikings. In the last episode, we started a war over Brunswick, which includes the county of Brunswick, which of course is one of the holy sites of Norse paganism, and that is against the Kingdom of Lombardy, which is probably, I would say right now, the most powerful country. No, second most powerful third most powerful after the Byzantines and the Mongols. Speaking of the Mongols, how big are they? They shrunk. I have a feeling they had this before, didn't they? Maybe not. Hold them back, Altashar. Hold them back. Anyway, Lombardy were in a war against Austrasia, plus there was a crusade going on at the time, which I was hoping would tie up a lot of the holy orders, which I think it did, because we're only actually fighting the Knights Templar at the moment. So Lombardy and Austrasia are fighting. Austrasia were on the losing end, but I checked their war score earlier, and Austrasia is now actually beating them, which would be nice. They're fighting over Siena down there. And we just absolutely demolished one of their armies that came across the straits here. I think they lost like 15,000 men or something like that. I forget the exact numbers. And they are now withdrawing through a bunch of diseased area, and having checked the attrition rate they are currently suffering, they're getting 27.5% attrition that month. And that's only going to continue when they actually get to Osnabrück, where they're running to. So we're going to hold position here for a while. I also noticed this rather large Norwegian army on the march south. I thought they might be in the war with us, but they're not. They have instead declared war on Asturias, who owns these three. So we'll actually be consolidating a fair amount of power here and basically taking northern Germany for the might of Scandinavia, which would be lovely. And that also puts us very, very close indeed to Navarra, who we can then go after over here. And in fact, Navarra are fighting someone. Is that you just attack? Yeah, you're just... What is that glowing? That usually only glows if there's a war that I'm involved in going there. Or a war that I could intervene in or something like that. Like, this is why this area is glowing, because that's what... Oh no, that's what I'm actually after. Never mind, I don't know why that is glowing. I can shut the gates. Do we have a disease going? We don't have a disease down here, do we? No. We just have smallpox over here. And actually over here. But this isn't my capital anymore, so I don't really care about camp fever. Right, so we are going to... Oh, it's glowing because they have holdings here. Of course, that's it. So we are going to continue sieging this bit down. In fact, we should split this army. Otherwise, we ourselves will be taking 17% attrition, which is not good. I'll try to split it again, in fact. As long as that leaves enough men to take the castle. 3,000 should be sufficient. The other thing I noticed we can do is we are no longer being looted by the Vikings, so we can go and grab them. We will send you up here to get picked up by the ships, then we can send you into the fray. Marvellous. So you have the Templar and I have the Vikings now. Alright, so that's that siege done. Norway is fighting under... Oh, okay, that's a big fight, which Norway is probably going to lose. Tough luck to them, I guess. We're currently at 41% victory. I mean, this war is not over. This war is definitely not over, but Lombardy did take an absolute kicking in that last fight. They are down to 19,000 men. We are down to 25, so we definitely outnumber them. A little bit concerned about our money situation. We are losing a lot. And we have Africa on their way over. So I'm going to pull you guys back so that we stay on this side of the river. In fact, we're going to move you here, I think. Oh, you're just going to stay there in Braunschweig. You're going to try and siege it back again. That is unfortunate, because that is going to be the source of a fair amount of victory points. Or war score, rather. Okay, so how far off are the Vikings? Still a ways. And their armies are definitely returning. No, I am not going to marry into your family, Russia. That would just be very, very silly. In fact, I'm going to move you back to Lübeck so that we can actually mutually support each other should these guys try to come at us. In fact, no, we are going to move there. We're going to move you guys over here. Damn it, they're across already. A large merchant caravan from distant lands. Yeah, of course. In that case, don't go that way. Don't go that way! Did we get a defensive bonus here? Or are we attacking? Give me the combat stats. Yes, we got the defensive bonus. Good. And the Vikings are still on their way. Alright, so... merchant sells us tales. Sorry, I do usually read those out. Dawn breaks and the caravan prepares to move on. The merchant insists on leaving you a gift. As thanks for your great hospitality, he shouts a terse command in a foreign language, and a young man comes forward. This eunuch will serve you well, the merchant says. His loyalty to you, his new master, shall be beyond reproach. So we have Jakob, who is a... he's pretty decent, actually. No, he's a strategist. Yeah, he'd be a good commander. So let's put that into action. I'm sure we're short. Oh yeah, a couple actually. Vino, Jakob. I don't want Holmgard because, yeah, you are my steward. Put you in charge. Very well, thank you so much. Hopefully we can hold the position until these guys arrive. They're coming in with more and more troops. There we go. We're now going to win this one quite easily. Though they have done a significant amount of damage to us. But not enough. Not nearly enough. Vassal levies are getting cheesed off that we did not arrive. Okay, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do something like this. You did raise a couple of troops, but not very many than the Vikings on their way over, which will be additional reinforcements. You should win that fight fairly easily. I do want to make sure that you have a... Oops, no. Frody is in command. Hemming and Vino. These are dark days. My daughter, Princess Mordred, has been beset by strange rashes and episodes of delirium over the past few weeks. I have just been informed that her affliction is indeed camp fever. Really? I'm in Konugard, right? Reigning in Konugard, yeah, I am. And we do have a court physician, do we not? Scroll to the top. Yeah, we do. Not the best, but she is a court physician. Alright, continue. Have those ships arrived? Those troops arrived? Yes, they have. Excellent. Jump on the boat. Send you over here. 10,000 men on the way in. This could be a bit of a problem. Because they're attacking us with so many concentrated. We do have the benefit of them having to cross over. Marshal Jarl Berger has told me about his ideas. I couldn't really understand what he was talking about, but he's adamant in his belief that this would improve the military. So we get double military spread rate for 5 years. For that price alone, I'd accept it. Come on, finish that fight, thank you. Now march over here, double time. Hopefully the Vikings aren't far off. I'm actually tempted to just have you land straight in there. I think you probably will travel faster by sea. Reinforcements have arrived, there we go. And they do have that straight crossing, we're about to break their right flank. Good. And their centre and their left. Okay, we've won that fight. They do have more and more troops flooding in, but so do we. We have these 3,000, which we will need to try and pick off. They lost 11,000, we lost 1,700. Ah! Come on! It wasn't worth any war score, though, for some reason. Alright, all of you lot, let's go and head these idiots off. And in fact... No, we'll do this, fine. Are we going to catch you? Oh, we've got a good chunk of them. Nice! Yes, come on! We have our really good commanders in place. It should be another pretty easy fight again. My liege, since I arrived in Konugard, there's never been a shortage of soldiers reinforcing the troops stationed there. Under our guidance, they believe fame and fortune awaits them. Excellent. More troops are awaiting us, should we require them. That's another victory for us. Let's go and squish the Upper Burgundian army. Just throwing our entire army against all of these guys. They've actually got a good commander there. Not as good as ours. 30 martial, which is kind of insane. Select that unit. I want to have a look at Frody. Brilliant strategist, renowned physician, scarred, brawny, zealous, stubborn, wrath, cruel, brave, one-eyed. No, he's stressed. He's also 71. Crap. Flat train, expert, defender. So we've not been using his traits to the best, but otherwise he is pretty freaking amazing. What's our marshal? I think he's only like 24. It's not bad. He's not great. Despite how horribly we're thrashing them in these fights, we're not getting much war score out of it. Brunswick is still in our hands, but it's still diseased. And it's not completely in our hands. I think that's probably part of the problem here. No, we are getting plus 10% for that. Let's continue occupying some of this land. If we can. Aha! My worker president managed to fabricate a claim on the county. It costs all of our money, which right now I cannot afford. So in fact, I want you sowing dissent in Lombardy, please. Hopefully you don't get executed for that, because we are at war with them. Whoa! Where the hell did they come from? Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa! Whoa. Crap. Successful crusade for Germany. Jesus has granted Count Friedrich of Baden victory in the crusade for Germany against King Guthrum of Germany. Crap, that's the crusade over, so that means all the holy orders and stuff can start flowing into our battle. See, they get 6 war score. We've been beating much bigger armies than that and not getting any. Of course you have to go that way. Back off. That's not the fight I want to get into. Yeah, disease doesn't help. We're almost out of money. There's just too bloody many of them. No! Why? What? Why were you in a fight? This war isn't quite going as well as I thought it would. I lose more men per battle than I'd planned. The sieges are going on forever. More manpower, more siege engines. Prince Mordred is asked to join the war. He is only a baron, though. Send me money, though. That would be helpful. Again, only a baron. Alright, so we have 9,000. We are horribly outnumbered here, but they do have that major river crossing. With all that entails. Doesn't look like we're going to hold, though. Simply on the morale differences. A letter to Prince Mordred could have gotten lost in any number of ways, and truthfully, I sometimes wish it would. The shame of having to ask for a friend gnawed at me until I got his response. He's going to join the war. Left flank's broken. Yeah, back off up to here. If you're actually able to shattered retreat that far. Yeah, you are. Oh, except one army is going to be left in Newland. Let's keep them there so we can pick them up straight away. 15,000. I can't fight that. With the number of troops that I currently have, I can't fight it. I've lost. Wait, are you all Yoms Viking? You are. Don't stand down. Except we're going to be raising troops from places with diseases, which is really not a good idea. Get on the boats. There's no boats over here. We are getting 174 soldiers a month. Damn it. Where the hell did they get 30,000 men from? It's because the bloody Crusades over, they're getting all the knights and stuff in, aren't they? Fine. White peace. I can't beat Lombardy. I just can't do it. Well, come on. I offered you the white peace and you said you'd accept. There we go. Bugger. Now I'm going to virtually bankrupt myself trying to rebuild the retinue. Oops. It was going so well! Then we lost that one sodding battle. But man, that great river is amazing. How did we lose? We killed like 30,000 of them or something silly like that. You still have 16 left to my 14. Yeah, we're going to have a long period of recovery, so in fact I could do the ambition, realm prospering for 5 years. Not going to be any wars in that time. Time to build up the economy again. Young Mordred is showing strong tendencies toward prideful behaviour. That's fine. Pride just means more prestige. And now we're in a budget deficit. Yes, we are, because we're having to pay the retinue for recovery. And they ain't cheap. My son, Prince Klaus, has not been quite himself lately. For a while now, I've noticed him looking tired and thin. I've just been informed that he has syphilis. Alright. One thing I can be doing, which does not count as a war, is raiding. I do have 5,000 men of my own. Oh, we've already recovered up to 17,000. The vassals did not have that many, just now. And the whole area is still disease-stricken. Literally the whole area. Ouch. You can sit in Turov. Except for my own, my own stuff. Diseased. That's a particularly painful disease, actually. Ouch. Spreading a long way. At a very inopportune moment. Alright, so I am going to raise my own troops. And hopefully they don't all die to disease before we get wherever it is I need to get to. Let's have you form up over there. Hopefully the armies don't just melt away. Childhood focus. Oh, I need to do that one as well. You could probably be a diplomat. You look to be a steward. Bossy, curious and proud. Curious. I'll do you in stewardship because you have the highest stat in that right now anyway. Oh yeah, you are the one with syphilis. You're a lunatic and you are syphilis. You probably won't live very long. Though a lunatic doesn't actually reduce your health, as I thought it would. I can shut the gates. Do I need to? No, still a ways away from me. I'd select the units. Oh, did I take the retinue with me? No, no, no. Don't want... Oh, son of a bitch. New unit. Everything that's retinue. Not taking you raiding with me. Too expensive! Plus I do actually need to build up the hostile thing in Konugard because my retinue now, at the moment, is going to be a shadow of their former selves. And of course we've lost a whole bunch of the retinue to the sodding diseases we literally just marched through. Yay! You guys get on board. Sail there, just be quick about it. Catholic rebels have risen up in Novgorod Surinsky. Raiding on the boats. Where? Oh, here. Oh, you've arrived way too late, so have you. We'll have you. No, that's alright. You go and deal with them. I have a cough. Fantastic. He thinks I have cancer. +2 health. Excellent symptom treatment. Where are my boats? There they are. You, that, on the boat. Right, let's go raiding. Do we want to hit England? Do we want to hit Italy? We might not have the troops to go after Italy. Oh, maybe we do. We'll try. Oh, except we have to go the bloody way around. In that case, we're not going to bother. We're just going to go for England. Except it looks like Kent has actually managed to consolidate some more holdings. Kent, Kent, Kent. Dydra. Okay, that's not Kent. Same colour, but it's not. Right, so we need another court chaplain, which I think Bockvard would do a rather good job at. And we do need you converting. Because that still hasn't been finished. This area is so terribly crap right now. One of the best rulers yet, and it's taking a long ass time to recover. Yes, I do indeed have cancer. Great. -3 health. So you're going to die pretty soon. Princess Mordred to Onfast. Sure. Speaking of which, did I ever get you married? I did. And you? Okay, these aren't marriages that I arranged. I totally forgot about those. You've chosen an absolute idiot for a wife. Great! First thing I'm doing when you're king is divorcing your ass. Let's go raid England. London. Middlesex is usually pretty wealthy. And we are losing money hand over fist. The war isn't quite going as well as I thought it would. No, we don't need it. We're going to win this fight. See? You guys can head to Turov, because I don't want you spreading any disease that you might be carrying to Konugard. And I've inherited the barony of Gripsholm, which is where? Sudermanland. I have someone I can give that to. Klaus. Barony of Gripsholm. There you go. Enjoy. Oh, barony doesn't count as land. Great, thanks. Give him a barony. That's land, technically. Yes, I do still intend to get rid of Visbjorg at some point. Ah, the inheritance gave me money. Haha, excellent. Still very much need to work on building up my new territories, though. I probably should just spend a while just raiding everything and just bring in a whole boatload of money. Actually, preferably more than just a boatload. One boatload wouldn't be very much cash. 97 boatloads, however, or even better than that. 586 boatloads worth would be even better. Alright, Chancellor's backed off, speaking of which. You can just go ahead and improve relations with everyone here. And you guys can start spreading tech again. You are still the best choice for that job, so are you. So are you. So are you. So are you. Better councillors than we've had previously, for sure. Ooh, you're quite good. Definitely looking like a diplomat to me. Affectionate and curious. Affectionate and rowdy. Nah, you are clearly a diplomat. Vassal levies are going down. Oh, speaking of vassal levies, we didn't raise the vassal levies from these areas, like my personal vassals. Just double checking that we did get rid of all the armies. We did. You are my retinue, that is still building up and costing me a small fortune. Yep. She's growing older, I can see. No. Do your own thing. Because we are going to struggle somewhat when Mordred takes over. With his 2 in diplomacy. Oh, you're going to suck so hard. Still fighting to make money here. The price of decadence. The Mulabid Sultanate has been overthrown by the Gilicidin. And the court physician has died, or been replaced. Has he died? Oh, he's still there. Why is he no longer the court physician? Whoa, Vino, 27. Hello. Wait, weren't you the court... Oh, is it because he went into seclusion? That might be. Yeah, I think that probably was it, in fact. Right, so you're going to take a little while to siege that down, so we'll just drop off the cash. Come back again. Have almost 300, that'll pay some of the debts off for a while. Like so. Seek treatment for illness. See if you can cure my cancer. Your court physician, Tain Vino the Wise, has come to see you and offers treatment for your illness. He explains there are several different types of treatment you can offer. My life is in your hands. Let's do the risky one. Tain Vino made you drink a draught of poppy before strapping you down on his operating table. You must doze off while he prepared his instruments, but when he raised the scalpel towards your eye, you felt wide awake. I'm sorry, my lord, but we must remove the root of the problem. Do it. It's in the eye. I don't know. Hasn't told me. Do we still have slow fever? No. It's fading rapidly. Good. Restore prosperity, please. The vassals are ready for a war. I am no longer stressed. I don't seem to have cancer anymore either. Nice! You saved my life. Excellent. You apparently lost your war against Asturias. Navarra. With your 13,000 man army. Alright, yeah, vassals raised. Or levies raised rather, not vassals, technically. And we have the 5 years peace thing. I wonder how long that's been. The horrific wound from your maiming is now stinking and oozing pus. The pain is debilitating and courtiers are avoiding you like death itself. I'm now infected and scarred. That's not good, especially not in an eye. Oh, I'm very close to my vassal limit as well. Huh. That's probably down to the fact that I've not given Sweden away. But we still have some money. You're secluding yourself. And with that, I think we are going to end this episode. So thank you very much for watching. If you are enjoying this series, then please do hit that like button. If you have not done so already, please do consider subscribing. If you have any tips or advice for me, let me know in the comments. And it's spread again. Great. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.